Welcome back. The family of a final year student of the University of Port Harcourt in Rivers State, Chiedu Obi, is asking police authorities to launch a detailed investigation into the circumstances surrounding his death. Chinedu was allegedly shot dead by policemen at Songota area after what they called a life-threatening attack. They say they are still in shock that the family members of Chinedu, but they will fight until the perpetrators are brought to justice. However, police authorities claim Chinedu died in hospital.
This viral online video is not new to many. It's that got by an amateur camera at the scene of an incident at Songota Area Command of the police in Ogun State. It's the recording of how Chinedu Obi, a 24-year-old final year physics student of the University of Port Harcourt, died. An alleged act by the suspect leaves shattered windscreens on all these vehicles parked at the premises of the police, and the recovery of the weapon allegedly used. At the family home in Warri, Delta State, the Obis are still in shock over his demise as they explain his mission in Lagos.
His friend invited him to come to Lagos so that we put him through or make him some connections about his music career. My son, was arrested. They were looking, they went, took an axe and, started harassing everybody. People were running up and down in the police station. That was the story the DPO of the station gave to the delegates we sent. And then the policeman that was standing and he was coming against him, and so the policeman had to shoot him.
The police, however, present their own account of the incident.
The young man was reported to have maliciously damaged somebody's property, and the person lodged complaint against him. And consequent upon that, he was arrested to the station. But while the policemen were interrogating him and they were recording his statement, he suddenly went berserk in the station. He picked up the axe, which was earlier recovered from some court members, and he started chasing the policemen around the station. So the policemen in the investigation room has to run for their dear life. He went out. On getting to the premises of the station, he started destroying all the vehicles that were parked inside the station in Force Order 237. That is when is a policeman justified to use his firearm. One of the reasons is when the life of a policeman is in danger and there is no any other means for him to save himself, he can use his firearm.
In a telephone interview with Channels Television from his hideout, Chinedu's host, Adio Sodiq, claims he was in Lagos to pursue a career in music, but was arrested while fighting with a phone dealer.
He had an issue with the on the phone about to check if he's working or not. So before he and the guy had some issues, and he gets this said, "Oh guys, that was the first time he was arrested." Even my mother called me back, so I should not mind him. He has some mental issues. Like, I mean, never meant to say, he never be anywhere because I just mental stress.
Confused about the entire situation and asking why Chinedu's life was cut short, his father is demanding justice.
It pains me so much. When I had it, my heart was bleeding. That my son being in a safe hand in the police, because I was relaxed. If it's the safe hand in the police station, I don't think death will arise. But deep down in the police station, he was not killed.
I call for justice. I call for justice because he was brutally murdered.
You know I yes now. You know we were spread him here. Spread him here. We'll get to the ground. Let me tell you. Kill.
For now, the family awaits the release of Chinedu's body so they can bury their son, while also pressing for investigations to be concluded into his untimely death.
And outside the country, another Nigerian has yet again been killed in South Africa, adding to the over 100 Nigerians who have been murdered in that country since 2016. This latest incident was confirmed in a statement by the Nigerian Citizens Association South Africa, which explained that Mr. Benjamin Simon, a 43-year-old native of Oposi in Ebonyi State, was allegedly shot by yet-to-be-identified gunmen in the early hours of today in Johannesburg. The spokesperson of the association, Mr. Sonny Wanike Douglas, explained that until his death, The late Simon was a taxify driver and was shot almost immediately after dropping off his passenger in a part of the city. He added that an investigating officer with the South African Police Service confirmed that a case of murder has been opened on the matter, vowing that his association will follow up with the case to ensure that the killers are arrested and justice is served. On June the 12th, a Nigerian insurance officer, Mrs. Obianuju Ndubisi-Chukwu, was murdered in South Africa while attending a conference there. Her killing was followed shortly after with the murder of a Nigerian teenager who was also shot dead in Johannesburg. And back in Nigeria, in the nation's capital, Abuja, indigents of the Federal Capital Territory under the aegis of Coalition of Abuja Indigenous Association are insisting that they will not leave their land situated between the airport road and Zuba. The group staged a protest on a part of the disputed land as a quick notice purportedly issued by the Nigerian army to the affected communities expires today. The notice, which was made available to Channels Television, was issued on July the 3rd. The spokesperson of the group, Mr. Yunusa Yusuf, insisted that their ancestral land should be integrated into the master plan for the nation's capital. He also warned the Abuja Development Control to stay away from their communities.
We are not going to vacate this land for anybody. There is no superior Nigerian more than me. The Constitution has it clearly that we should be treated as equal citizens. And we are Nigerian with equal rights. Nobody should come and say he's taking anybody out of somewhere because you want another person to leave. We are all Nigerians. If the government so wish, they should come and integrate our communities and modernize it the way they want the Abuja to look. The way it is done in other developed countries all across the world. The government should come and treat us the same way. We are not going to take any intimidation from now henceforth. We want to warn clearly that development controls parading our communities should stop from now henceforth, because our communities are not to be demolished. They are to be integrated. Our communities should be integrated. Nobody should take another Nigeria out of a place because you want to bring another Nigeria in. No way. Enough is enough. Our communities, our forefathers' graves are here. Our ancestors are here. Our grandfathers are here. And we are here. Our future generation will continue to be here.
August is that month of the year when women from 179 communities in Anambra State gather to discuss and set an agenda on developmental issues as it affects women. This year, the women will be looking at promoting gender balance and moral values. Governor Willie Obiano, who declared the summit open at the Alex Ekweme Square in Awka, spoke on efforts of his administration at achieving the 4 pillars of his economic blueprint, especially in agriculture.
Dr. Alex Ekweme Square, Awka, is occupied by women from the 179 communities in Anambra State, women from Anambra living outside the state, and invited guests, all here to be a part of the 2019 Mothers Summit. Governor Willie Obiano and his wife, Ebele Chukwu, arrived at the event to felicitations from the people. Speakers at the summit condemned discriminatory attitudes against women while emphasizing the importance of education as a major way to promote gender balance.
In trying to make policies about our education, in all aspects of life, our executive must be gender balanced. Appointment of commissioners, appointment of key positions in government agencies, appointment of principal positions in the state, we are saying should observe the principles of balance.
A view shared by the State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Mrs. Ndidi Mizwe.
A sure way to achieving gender balance is by empowering both men and women to take control over their lives.
Wife of the governor, Ebele Obiano, dances up to the stage to share her experiences in empowering women through the Caring Family.
Through the platform of my NGO, Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, CAFE, we have trained and empowered over 4,600 women in various skills and empowered them to begin to fend for themselves and become independent and be able to sustain and empower their immediate families.
Next is Governor Obiano, who proudly announces that quite a number of women had different ministries under his government.
We have given women more responsibilities, pushing our mothers into positions of trust. I have 6 women serving in my cabinet as commissioners and 4 special advisors as women. You know, we have 9 women participating in the highest decision-making organ of Anambra State. Our women are the foot soldiers. Our women are like the eagles. They are very sharp and they grab.
The summit presents an opportunity to recognize a number of women who have served in various capacities both in the state and in the country, with achievement awards given out to many.
Youth and emerging industrialists in the country have been advised to develop a growth mindset if they wish to become successful entrepreneurs. And this is the focus of discussions at the annual Young Leaders Entrepreneurship Conference held at the University of Lagos. Experts believe that developing the right mindset is a major solution to the high unemployment rate in the country.
The third Young Leaders Entrepreneurship Conference brings together youth, mostly students of the University of Lagos, who are keen on developing entrepreneurial skills. Also in attendance is the former governor of Ogun State, Gbenga Daniel, as well as lecturers and established entrepreneurs. Speakers take turn to address these young minds, identifying attributes and the kind of mindset needed to be successful entrepreneurs.
People that have fixed mindset believe that they are limited, they can't do much. They don't want pain, they want pleasure, they don't want pain. That's why they don't want to enter into any entrepreneurial endeavor, because they don't want pain. But someone with a growth mindset, he believes that ability can be developed through hard work. You can develop certain traits.
An entrepreneur is somebody that has an eagle eye to do what? To spot opportunity. Not just spotting that opportunity, converting such opportunity to profitable business venture.
The chairman of the occasion also offers his thoughts.
You need to be able to identify a problem that has not been solved. And once you identify the problem, you need to sit down and use your brain to find a solution. And if you are able to get a problem that has not been solved or not been solved properly, and you get a solution, you become a millionaire.
The conference also features networking, volunteering, and mentoring sessions.
It's about opportunity recognition. It's about opportunity identification. So I believe that, you know, when we have over 500 youths thinking about the power of their mind, looking into their inner core to see what drives them, aligning their current life with their purpose, that, for me, we have set up a new revolution.
The organizers of the conference expect that the lessons taught here will permeate the university community, create new entrepreneurs, and positively impact Nigeria's economy.
The country's forex reserves has dropped. Kayode has the numbers and other stories on businesses.
Well, that's right, Melinda, and you're welcome to Business News. Nigeria's foreign exchange reserves have fallen by $70 million to $44.92 billion this week, maintaining a steady drop. Now, this comes as the central bank sustained its interventions at the currencies market with the injection of $210 million into the interbank foreign exchange market on Tuesday. Earlier in the month of July, the FX reserves decreased to $44.94 billion from $45.07 billion in June of 2019. Well, analysts say Nigeria's dollar reserves is yet to reach its recent highest record of $47.8 billion posted on May the 7th, 2018, beating South Africa and other African economies. Before now, the figures had touched an all-time high of $62.08 billion recorded back in September 2008. And a heavy profit taken in 3 out of 5 trading sessions led to a 1.038% fall in the all-share index and 1.032% drop in the stock market's total value. The losses on the NSE is largely attributed to intense sell pressure from the consumer goods sector key components, which dragged the counter back by 29.33%, while the banking, oil and gas, as well as the insurance sectors, added to the downturn. Unity Bank is the best performer out of 32 gainers with a 27.89% price increase. Eternal Oil is worst among 27 losers with a 19.40% drop, while the share price of 109 equities were unchanged within the week. Overall volume of shares traded in 16,209 deals within the 5 sessions stands at 759.26 million units, worth about 14.03 billion naira, led by the shares of Zenith Bank, GT Bank and UBA. More business stories. The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry is seeking the strengthening of public-private partnership to improve businesses in the state. Well, this was mentioned by the president of the LCCI, Mr. Babatunde Ruwashe, during a courtesy visit to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu at the State Government House, Alausa. Governor Sanwo-Olu says the state government will continue to support the chamber in making the annual trade fair a big one for the country. Thank you for watching Business News Tonight. I am Kayode Okikiolu. It's back to you, Melinda.
Many thanks, Kayode. Still ahead on the news at 10. Red Bull's Max Verstappen secures first ever Formula One pole position in a thrilling qualifying session at the Hungarian Grand Prix. That's on Sports News. Stay with us.